Hi everybody, I'm Randy Ridings, and this is the Quadyak Coast to Coast. In 2013, my father and I built a human-powered amphibious velomobile. In 2018, I started a trip from the West Coast in Oregon, headed towards the East Coast. This playlist is a series of videos that will detail that trip. Each video will cover about a 10-day 200 to 400 mile leg of this trip. I'm glad to have you with me and hope you follow along to the end.
Well, I'm back at the Newburg Christian Church. Okay, I'm off. Almost straight up noon. Monday, June. I also stopped at a Y to weigh myself, and I've lost about 8 pounds in like 13 riding days. I'm on the Fano Creek Trailway. Done 18 miles today. It started at noon. It's 4 o'clock in the evening. So, water crossing. The problem was I was off the trail. Where the trail is, I was about 3 feet off the side. I got over there and fell over. Probably shouldn't do stuff like this when I'm trying to do a cross-country trip. The risk to reward ratio is not high enough. So all's well that ends well. I ended up doing 30 miles yesterday and got to the house of some people I met on the scouting trip. Got the Quadyak camp in the driveway, and I got a spare room. I'm right above the river in Portland. Hit the bridge, hit one trail going down, another trail going out, 205 trail going up. Once you get to the 205 bridge, go out to Troutdale, and then you got to pick up I-84 from there. Okay, I'm on the Selwood Bridge. So, if anybody's wondering why I came through Portland still, it's because of stuff like this. I know that Portland's one of the most bicycle-friendly cities in America. So I hear kind of a light chunk, and I look down and I see one of my shoulder bolts dropped off the mechanism. Then I look down and I notice there's 2 of them. Okay, that one I've sheared off. That probably happened while I was either playing around with in the water stuck on that branch, or coming up a very, very steep hill that I just did, and I heard a pop. Almost had some wasted effort. I got this underpass, we're just speeding through it, not even thinking. I mean, underpass, highway. I'm looking for a highway, I'm looking for 205. Just before I went over, I just glanced to the left and I saw I-205 shared path. I'm like, whoa! Well, this is pretty, and it smells fantastic. My resting heart rate's dropping. It usually is about 52. It kind of crept up towards 55 towards the end of winter. Last time I checked, it was around 50. It'll probably go down in the 40s again. Help? No, oh, okay. Push it. Okay, you're the only people working harder than me then, pushing a car for exercise. It weighs about 200 pounds. This is Marine Drive, headed beside the river. There's Mount Hood out there, way out of the distance, and the Columbia River. I got this all the way to Troutdale. So this is kind of interesting. They're all floating houses out there. You know, people that don't live on the coast don't often get to see those. Those are nice houses.
Now that I'm pretty sure I'm going to make it, I'll film a little bit. And I got out here, and all of a sudden, like 3 different boats decided they wanted to come check me out. And all of them, you know, this was just like a pond, and then they all came whipping around. And it just left me, I mean, I can't believe I didn't tip over on this deal. But I'm over at the island, Columbia River, so you gear down. And the good thing is I can roll up on shore this way. I think it's Tuesday the 19th, day 14, 2 weeks into the trip, 220 miles down. So getting ready for dinner.
I've had 2 days or like over 6,000 calorie burn rides. That's not the whole day, that's just the ride. Started to ride out of this park and my rear wheel is going toom, toom, toom. And I can see it's loose. So I gotta work on that, and I hope I don't have a shattered bearing in there because I don't have an extra one of those. Well, I figured it out. I've broken these little supports and drill through the middle part. I can actually put bolts all the way across. So the Kindness of a Stranger tour continues. The parks guys here, they've allowed me to drill a bit. We found a model bolt, so I'm going to drill all those holes out here, and then one of them's going to run me into Home Depot, buy the bolts, bolt all this thing together, and it'll be stronger than it was before. These guys are amazing. Let me come in here to this compound so nobody would mess with my stuff. Okay, all right, so I got to drill the rest of this out and get it a little bit bigger. But the holes, so there's my hole pattern. All right, so I got bolts. That looks really good, and that's just not gonna move anymore. That is supposed to be between the 2 of those. Which means I gotta take that one apart. Okay, well, after a lot of drilling and a trip to the hardware store and borrowing a Sawzall, I got those in there. I'm going to do a little test ride around the park and then get on the road. It's about 3:30 on Wednesday the 20th of June.
Back on the trail again, towards Troutdale. Everything looks pretty good, feels good. 2.8 miles Troutdale, 21 miles to Ainsworth State Park. It's hot out here today. It's like 90 degrees. Okay, I-84. Well, I'm in a ditch. Just pulled off to do some stuff, and I swung the rear end around, got back in, it just rolled backwards a little bit, and the tire went off the side. The brakes don't seem to work half as good in reverse in this thing. I don't know why. And I just rolled down, and all I'm glad is that fence isn't barbed wire. I'm gonna have to take this thing up to the road and check it out, make sure I didn't snap something, because I don't want to go down the road and find out something's not working. When you're tired, you do the stupid stuff. Well, we're going to turn the camera sideways and let you enjoy some of the Oregon gorge scenery. Keep the pace. But there's only about 2 hours till dark. There's Highway 30 over there. They closed a big section of this, which is about a 30 or 40 mile section that closed. We just opened the bikers. I was looking forward to seeing that brown sign. There it is. I am going in to Ainsworth State Park. It really wasn't closed. But then it was. But then it wasn't. Good morning. Thursday, June 21st. Day 16. I did do 27 miles or so yesterday, even after the wheel problem. Alright, cooking with Randy. The camp host just came by and told me that I could have taken, they have hiker-biker spots. The ranger at the front gate said that they weren't open yet.
camp host was like, I didn't know that. Kind of cool idea, because this is a big biking area normally, except that fire. Way less people coming through than would normally be here. I'd have a lot more biker company. I was kind of expecting that on this leg, not on any other leg. Shooting down into Lewis and Clark Park yesterday. Sat back in my seat and got stung 3 more times by bees. Good thing I'm not allergic, A. B, supposedly, bee stings are good for pain, so it might actually be helping me. And, yeah, I'm going to walk you down to this camper site real quick. These hiker-biker camp. That's supposedly, you know, the camp host didn't know they weren't open, but the ranger said they weren't open. But they're all just sitting here.
Here's this bike trail that's not open to me for like 40 miles. I could have had that.
Cascade Locks, that is Bridge of the Gods. To talk about night and day, I get at the end of that construction zone, at the end of the zone, and there's a government car sitting there. The lady goes, yeah, you want on the trail? I'm like, yeah. So this is the trail, and this is the trail. So in a couple years, you will be able to leave Portland and just go so far east on this thing. I'm just gonna go slow to enjoy it. I mean, I could catch up on some time, but why? This is Viento State Park. In the end, 22 miles. Friday the 22nd, day 17. Last night, a ranger came by to talk to me to bring me money. Saw that I paid tent fee, came, which is $17. Brought me $12 back because hiker-biker camping fees in Oregon is $5 at state parks. I'm at Discover Bicycles in Hood River, and these guys hooked me up. So they had a couple of just spoked 16-inch wheels. They'll fit on my system, and I'll just now have road wheels and water wheels. And I am back at the RV. 19.7 miles in 3 hours and 27 minutes. I'm going to unload all the water stuff except the pontoon. In case I just hit some little bit of water I wanted to go, then I could take these wheels off, throw the pontoons on, and go. I could be to Pendleton in 4 good days. Good morning. Saturday the 23rd, day 18 of my trip. I'm back at the Dolls.
So I'm kind of out of the gorge. There's Mount Hood behind us over there, and you can see how green it is back there, and then how brown it is out there. Done 10 miles, about 2 hours, moving fast because this wind. Look at that, look at the flags on that thing. Columbia River, this is kind of the last of the gorge. I'm on the Biggs Rufus Highway 206. 4 o'clock, right on the nose. Leaving Arlington. Oh, I am feeling that Philly cheesesteak. Oh, right there. These are the people who went to the coast, or who went to the mountains, or who went to the river from points east and are now going home. I just got that. Okay. So it's going to be like this for the rest of today. Great. That's lovely. Now let's see if this shoulder stays like it is for the rest of the day. That would just be swell. It's hot out, there's hills, those guys have knives. And if you don't get that joke, go back and watch the 3-part series of my shakedown cruise in Missouri, and then the epilogue where I talk about winding. I just hit 32 miles for the day, 5 riding hours. Okay, if I wasn't so tired, there's got to be a Don Quixote joke and a windmill thingy and what I'm doing, but you know, just put it together yourself, huh?
I'm at 52 miles. The exit sign is right up there. And I'm gonna get a room tonight. Good morning. It is Monday the 25th, day 20 of the trip. I had my longest mileage day of the trip so far yesterday. I made more miles in the last 2 days than I made in the first week or more. Hey, June 25th, leaving Boardman, Oregon. I might actually make Pendleton tonight or just very, very close. This little game I like to call Rumble Chicken. Had some interesting conversations at the last place I stopped. One was a major in uniform, an Army major, and he's like, "So, what do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm a retired Army major." It was just like, "Oh, so this is my future." I'm like, "Well, you know, it could be if you're lucky." You know, it's kind of funny. He was having a good time with that. And then a couple of guys came over and they were talking to him, and the guy's like, "Dude, what does your family say?" He's like, "Well, if I could think of something like this, and I might be able to do it, you know, given enough time and money, you know, but then like my family would be like, 'What are you doing?'" I'm going, "Yeah, my family's kind of like that." They finally just sort of went, "Yeah, you go for it there, buddy." You know you're out west when the rest areas have a horse corral. I really should be thankful that what I have is a tailwind. If I had this as a headwind, I don't think I'd be moving at all. So I just got to go down this long hill and I'll be in Pendleton. Should be about 5 miles down. Hopefully this hill doesn't get too steep. I'm cruising at about 16 right now, speeding up a little bit. My brakes were just squealing and smoking. I couldn't have stopped on that hill. I could slow down, I could keep my speed down, but I couldn't stop. I keep thinking I ought to put some caliper brakes on the back of this thing. Coming down the hill, sign for an RV park. I pulled in. I said, "Well, do you have 10 camping?" They're like, "We have a yard." I'm in for the night. And yeah, about 46 miler today, 52 yesterday. Just shy of 100 in 2 days, so I'm pretty happy with that. Good morning. It is June 26th, day 20. I bought a ticket from here back to the Dalles. So I'm good here, and then the maintenance guy, Donald, is going to drive me down to the bus station here in a minute, and then get on my 11:30 bus. So I'm at the Pendleton Market, which is a 76 gas station, and I'm just kind of chatting, and I go, "Yeah, shuttling back to, riding a thing across country." And they're like, "What kind of thing?" And I looked down, there's a paper. Well, the guy shot my picture yesterday and interviewed me. I'm like, "It couldn't be." I flip it over. Front page. Hey, it's this thing. I turn around and just show them. They're like, "Yeah, this is me." So, Tuesday the 26th, and I am at Howell's. I got an hour till the bus, till I have to board. So, I'm having a avocado bacon Swiss cheeseburger and top poppers, which are tater tots wrapped in bacon and jalapeno. Okay, on the bus at 11:30, and back to the Dalles. I made it back to the Dalles like 2:40 in the afternoon. Since I did make it to Columbia, but I did not get a sample there, I'm going to do one now. It's 26th of June, so this is day 20. All right. And we'll be saying goodbye to the Columbia River. And I won't see a big water source again till the Platte. So when I drive what I just rode the Quadyak, and it takes me like half an hour to do what it took me all day to ride. It's like, there's a real weird mixture of disappointment and accomplishment all at once. This leg was the 16th to the 26th from Newburg to Pendleton. I am back at the campground. I drove the RV here and I got to the bike shop. So I'm going to take Quadyak in there in the morning. Continue on with the RV to Nampa, Idaho. and I got the offer from a couple that I met at a restaurant to park the RV there, and the bike shop says they probably need about 2 days. I need better brakes. I also found out that I can't go over the mountains on I-84 here. I've got to take the old highway. I'm playing Quadyak chess with a side order of moral conundrum this morning. Okay, so I got two vehicles. I got to get them different places. There's one of me. The moral quandary is the bike shop is 3.5 miles out. If I load the Quadyak up on the trailer and drive to the bike shop, then I haven't ridden that part of the trip. So I really want to just ride down to the shop, which I guess is what I'm going to do. I want to do this where it is truly coast to coast, not cheat my mileage any. So it's like not only me, it's like me, the Quadyak, the RV, the trailer, food, water, my gear, which stays with what thing. So I am back at the RV park to get the RV and drive the old highway. I rode Quadyak to the bike store this morning. So I didn't really do an intro today. Today, Wednesday, 27 June, day 21. Today is a scouting day. Mission Road. This is the route to the old highway. It's rated on the bike maps as difficult. So here, I'll be back on I-84. There's my shoulder. Good morning. June, Thursday, the 20th. I just looked at that. 28th. This is day 23 of the trip. I'm in the RV scouting. Camped last night up in some mountains in the national forest. Came down into Baker City. Cute little town. Cool little town. Old architecture. Love places like this. Got in touch with Stan and Barbara from Nampa. They're out of town, but they said, yeah, just park in the, park at the house, and they'll be back in a couple days. And I told them it'd probably take me about a week to get back, and so they'll be there when I get back. Okay, so the little stinker gas station is with the dinosaur out front, is the bus stop in Nampa, Idaho. Good morning, Friday the 29th, day 24 of the trip. I am waiting by house for a taxi that just showed up and heading to the bus stop. So it looks like things are working. Okay, back at the stinker Sinclair. Good morning. It's Saturday the 30th, day 25. I'm still in Pendleton, but the Quadyak is ready to roll. Got in on the bus about 3 o'clock. Bike shop wasn't quite ready. Worked on it till they closed at 7 and they got it finished up. So it's about 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to get up and get ready. It rained a little last night, so outside my tent is wet. Well, just real quick before I pack up, let me show you what the bike shop did for me yesterday. I now have rear caliper brakes. So, morning of Saturday the 30th, heading up towards Dead Man Pass out of Pendleton, Oregon. Alright, I've turned on Mission Road out of Pendleton, heading up to Old Immigrant Hill, Dead Man Pass.
Join me in the next video where I post the next leg of this trip. You can also follow along on the Quadyak's Facebook page and check out my other Quadyak videos in the other playlist that shows how we built it and other trips I've done with it. I filmed about 100 hours this summer of this trip, and I'm not even done yet. If you want to see all of it, you can visit my Patreon page, or if you just want to support me and the trip and my videos and future projects, please check that out. Put a link below so you can find that and support me. I hope you do. Thank you very much. I'm Randy Ridings, and this is the Quadyak Coast to Coast trip.